here they are at the 27-yard line, down 5 with 3:53 to play.
The NFL, sometimes a lot can go wrong. You just have to be good when your best is needed. And here it is, Jalen Hurts, go win the game.
Pressure coming. Hurts delivers. He's got a man inside the 10. Dallas Goedert sets up 1st and goal. The ball comes out at the end, but he was down, and he's got a gain of 21.
You want to play running back in the NFL? Do that. A.J. Boye coming off the edge. Through his hands.
Straight ahead, it's Hurts pulling left side. He's in. The Eagles take the lead with 2:38. First lead of the day comes with 2.5 left. Taking advantage of the blocked punt. And now they'll go for 2, try to make this a 3-point game.
Not sure exactly what's going on here on the left. They got 4 guys. 3 of them just chase the running back. They're all chasing the same guy, right? You know you got a running quarterback. Somebody's got to account for the handoff. Somebody's got to account for the keep.
Third 2-point conversion try of the season for him. Wide snap. He's somehow able to get it into the back of the end zone. Devontae Smith. Defense has kept him in the game. Special teams with a play of the game. And the offense finally carries its weight. Jalen Hurts into the end zone, and the Eagles lead for the first time today.
Able to clean it up. And Rager, of course, as you mentioned, a whole lot of running for a big loss.
First target of the day for Jalen Rager.
Ankle injury in Detroit. They were a little questionable earlier in the week about him being able to play.
Fake it. Hurts. On time, a rainbow to Smith. First down, Philadelphia.
Absolutely gorgeous. Look how Jalen Hurts sets up in the pocket. Tremendous protection. And he's able to step right into that one and put it right on the spot. The ball's now out away from Devontae Smith, where it takes him over the sideline, puts it right on the number so he can possess it, get both feet down, and then get out of bounds. Beautifully thrown ball by Jalen Hurts. We've got to win our blocks up front, get off of them, and make tackles in open field.
Quick toss, Goedert. 3 Chargers come over to deal with Goedert, including the linebacker Kaiser White, and they hold him to a gain of 4 through the air.
And to finish that off on that run by Boston Scott, all those elements that Ronaldo Hill, the defensive coordinator, wants from his team, he didn't get.
We are under 9 minutes to play. Philadelphia facing a 3rd and 4 at the Chargers 49. They trail by 7.
But the way this game's going is not necessarily get it or punt. They could go on 4th.
They're down at 4, deep drop. Hurts loops out of trouble. Hurts trying to create with his legs. He does, going airborne. Where's the spot? It's enough. First down. Jalen Hurts earns it.
They talk about his intensity. They talk about his leadership. This is leadership. This point of the ball game is what teams always talk about. Gotta have it on certain plays, and he knew his team needed it. This was not a time for him to go out of bounds and preserve himself.
Well, let's see if the Chargers know what's coming here with Philly on 3rd and 4. Gainwell in the backfield. Under 7 minutes to go. Gainwell releases. Rush is coming. Hurts. He'll do it himself with a little bonus along the sideline. Joey Bosa had a chance, couldn't do it. And an injured Charger on the play. It's yet another defensive back, Ryan Smith.
who's in there for Michael Davis, Asante Samuel, their starting corners. Devon Campbell had a groin injury. And they forced the issue right here. Joey Bosa. Remember I said earlier in the game, unimpeded? Most of the time, Bosa's going to win. Not when Hurts is able to spy him right away, circle out and elude. And because Bosa was the edge rusher, no one was outside to contain Jalen Hurts. And he took advantage of that opening and picked up another first down for Philadelphia. Very intelligent play by Jalen Hurts.
The secondary is very thin. Keandre Thomas was called up from the practice squad. They also have Keemon Hall.
I think that's who you're getting out there now. Keemon Hall, number 37, top of your screen, is coming into the ball game.
He's a first-year pro from North Texas. We'll see if the Eagles test him. First down to the 28 of LA. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the fourth. Scott in the backfield. Hurts. Hooks a pass. Got his man, Devontae Smith. He's got the angle. Touchdown, Philadelphia. "28 yards on the touchdown hookup."
Look at him staying there strong and confident. And we talked about the laser shot that Justin Herbert threw on a couple of occasions last drive. And see, this counts because he's able to keep his hand up. If that's a forearm on the ground, he's down. But because he puts the hand down and keeps his body elevated, that gets him to the end zone. Smart play by Devontae Smith. But Jalen Hurts, he fired that one with a whole lot of mustard on it as well.
The rookie wins out against the veteran Chris Harris. And now Jake Elliott on for the extra point, trying to tie it up. And he does. 24-24. 6:07 to play. Hurts, 11 of 17 for 162 yards and the touchdown to Smith, the standout rookie from Alabama.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Auto Trader. Finally, it's easy. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. And by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Two minutes to play. 4th down and 2 for Philadelphia, trailing Indianapolis 16-10. Ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line. Eagles get to the line quickly.
Long way for a sneak.
The unorthodox formation, trying to get Indianapolis to jump. Play clock at 4, at 3. And not going to snap it.
Timeout. Philadelphia. The second of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
So Philadelphia uses a timeout. They have 1 remaining with 2 minutes on the clock.
And I think the confidence there for Indianapolis to stay in and not jump was a distance. You know, that's not 4th and really, really short where you're getting the quarterback sneak. That's a little bit longer than that. And I think Indianapolis is saying, okay, I see this formation. You're trying to get us to move. But now, when they come back with their play, I expect Stephon Gilmore to go where A.J. Brown goes. You know, this is not a time to play aside. This have best on best. And Gilmore's decided 2 games with coverage this year for the Colts.
What you've done time management-wise, though, using that timeout, if you don't get it here, you put yourself
Major jeopardy.
in a nearly impossible situation to win the game.
They used it so they would have time to get downfield, but now it may come back against them. Let's see.
4th and 2.
And Gilmore over on the side with Brown, but not locked up on him.
Hurts wants to run it. Hurts will. First down. Jalen Hurts, great instincts. Rodney McLeod, his former teammate, makes the tackle. But it's Hurts steamrolling when necessary.
And in a situation where you kind of speed up your body and mind, he still had enough patience to find the right gap to get the first down.
So the Colts used their second timeout with 1:24 left. Philadelphia facing a 3rd and goal.
And if your coverage of the Colts, everything has to be super tight. Remember, the back of the end zone is your extra defender. If they're going to score, they need to throw it over your head, not in front of you. And here comes Gilmore with Brown again right here in your key matchup.
3rd and goal. Philly down by 6. Hurts will run. Takes it in. Touchdown. Nothing in front of him except the end zone. And the Eagles are an extra point away from taking the lead.
All game long, Jalen Hurts has followed Jason Kelce. Watch Kelce pull, but he goes the other way. People have followed Kelce to the football, but in this case, Hurts lets Kelce got to be the Trojan horse. You go there, I'll follow Boston Scott, and I'm in.
Extra point now from Jake Elliott. They're trying to block it. Elliott nails it. Philadelphia in front, 17-16 with 1:20 to go. The Colts have 1 timeout remaining. 14 points here in the 4th for the Eagles.
And if this stands up and Hurts has led this to be the game-winning drive, he starts to ascend in a place in the pantheon of quarterbacks in this league where you start talking about upper echelon. Not rising, not coming. You put him on that shelf if this holds up for him on this drive.
Jalen Hurts, most rushing touchdowns since 2020 for any Eagle with 21. So by a long shot, it's Hurts.
You to see the quarterback sneak fast.
You will, Hurts. Oh, that last surge, I think, is going to get it.
Yeah.
He didn't have it initially.
Absolutely. He was definitely short. You said it, KB, and he got a nice little push in the back from the running backs, and he had to get to that 35-yard line. You see A.J. Brown kind of giving him a little shove in the back, and it's just enough to get him past that yard to gain.
There it is. Pressure gets it to A.J. Brown, still on his feet up across the 40 and then taken down there. But Brown gets out to the 41 or so. And so it'll be a 3rd down and short here. Shane Steichen dialing up the biggest play calls of his life, down by 8. Blitz coming. Hurts reads it, throws in stride as Brown has got a 1st down into Chiefs territory.
Yeah, this is a great job. This is cover 0. Everybody's coming on a blitz. It's man-to-man on the back end. Great job there by the right tackle, Lane Johnson. You always want to block the inside rushers, leave the widest men free.
Hurts has some time, going deep. Got a man, Devontae Smith. He's got it. He is out of bounds at the 1.
Yeah, just L'Jarius Sneed gets caught looking inside on Zach Pascal, and he just doesn't sink far enough. Devontae Smith has to slow up a little bit and come back for that ball, and they're going to go tempo here and push it in.
1st and goal. They try to shove Hurts over the end zone, waiting for a signal. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. And now they have to go for 2 for the tie, you would think. The 46-yard pass to Smith sets up Hurts with another rushing touchdown. A Super Bowl record, by the way, for quarterbacks. That's his 3rd.
Well, talking about answering the bell, Jalen Hurts finds himself down 8 halfway through the fourth quarter. He makes one of the biggest throws of his career to a wide open Devontae Smith, and they're a 2-point play away from making this thing all tied up.
Hurts looking for a block, and he gets there. He's in. We're tied at Super Bowl 57. Wow, 46 yards to Devontae Smith. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman of the Eagles. Here's Smith, who got wide open. And then Hurts, a Super Bowl record, 3 rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The 2-point conversion is good.
You know, the 3-0 start, the offense good but not great. But we sat down with Jalen Hurts yesterday. He said, look, no matter what you say, anytime we've needed to play, somebody's made it. And with 3:20 to go, they've got the ball in a tie game, all 3 timeouts, and all kinds of guys eager to make that next play. 24-24. Jalen Hurts' only loss over his last 21 regular season starts was against Washington here last year. Big 3rd down and 8. Play clock again running down. They get it off. Hurts given time over the middle. He's got Zacchaeus, who this time makes the grab. Ball came out at the end, but mission accomplished. It's the 1st down on Olamide Zacchaeus' first catch of the day.
This is one heck of a throw coming from the inside slot. Watch the crosses in front. I mean, just beyond Cody Barton, just past his fingertips.
Now, what we say, Jalen Hurts said, anytime they've had to have a play, somebody made it, and he made one right there. Threading that thing through. Nearing the 2-minute warning, and we've reached it. In a 24-24 game, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles on the move into Commanders territory, looking for a 4-0 start. We got a great finish coming up from Philly. Need a couple more yards to get there. 2 minutes left in a 24-24 game. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown inside the 35, now comfortably inside Jake Elliott's range. Brown continues his good day, out of bounds at the minute 54.
Yeah, big cushion there on the outside. We've seen this battle all day. In and out of his break much better that time. Good throw and catch.
7th catch of the day. On 2nd and 4, Hurts looking to throw. Going end zone, watch Brown, it's there! Touchdown, Philadelphia! Flag in the end zone. After a touchdown to A.J. Brown with a minute 43.
Well, you don't expect double moves at that point in the game. I mean, you're trying to get in to get a game-winning field goal opportunity.
Touchdown. After the play was over, taunting, offense, number 11. Washington is elected to enforce that 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. This is number 11's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That is a big deal, that taunting penalty. With a minute 43 left, it'll be enforced on the kickoff, as Ronald Torbert let us know.
Now you saw Emmanuel Forbes on the sideline, very disappointed in himself. I mean, that is such a unique call in that situation with a double move when you're trying to get a game-winning field goal attempt.
31-24. Hurts hits Brown for the 2nd time in this half.
Well, if you're going to double move and hold it, you got to be able to block up front, and this Philadelphia offensive line gave Jalen Hurts enough time to hold it and make a great throw down the field. But here it is, another stutter and go up over the top, and then you'll see A.J. Brown at the end. He's going to drop the ball into Emmanuel Forbes' lap for the taunting penalty.
And it's a great play, great throw, great catch, touchdown, nothing to worry about. But the Eagles were in position where they could have, with Washington having just one timeout, set this thing up for a last-second field goal, not giving Washington a chance. Not only are they going to give them a chance, they got the taunting penalty that's going to mean the kickoff is moved back 15 yards.
And remember, at the end of the first half, Washington probably got points a little bit too quick, didn't really take time off, take timeouts away from Philadelphia. And then with 1:42 left, Philadelphia goes down the field, gets points, and really kind of rode that way.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
First down for the Eagles, down by 3. Starting at their 20.
Variety of things defensively. You're not sure exactly where people are coming from or that you're going to get what you think you're getting pre-snap.
Here's DeAndre Swift. Big pickup by the Eagles. Brought down at the 40. Willie Gay makes the tackle, but not before DeAndre Swift picks up 20 yards.
Well, he had a big play on this exact same play earlier. They run it's the middle screen to Swift. He starts like he's going wide on a swing, but you've got linemen out in front of him who are then making the block. And we saw it in the first half. He had a big play and then another big play on that last one.
Here's Julio Jones getting a block from Zacchaeus, and big Julio Jones, 6'3", 220, is out of bounds with a 4-yard gain.
Well, they're sticking with this 4 wide receiver, no tight end. And I mentioned it earlier in the game when they showed it. It's a formation and a personnel package that they've not used all year. But they're using it tonight out of necessity, one, because Dallas Goedert's out, but then also because they lost their other tight end, Calcaterra. And some of their best drives have been when they've gone to
3rd down and 5. Hurts. Complete to Smith. First down, Philadelphia.
Pretty good concept there on the route combination. They go trips to that side with a bunch formation. And they're able to get Devontae Smith, who is able to break to the inside and a whole lot of field once again there in the middle for him to operate. And Hurts this time does find him.
His 5th catch of the night. Here's a shot for Smith. He's got it. They're going to mark him at the 1. And you know what the Eagles do from here. The completion of 41 yards to Devontae Smith.
This is such a great job by Devontae Smith. He slows down for the ball and is able to just make sure that it's over the shoulder and track that ball.
And here comes the Eagles' specialty. The push. And the penalty flag on this play. A touchdown is the call. But again, a flag on the play.
Offside defense lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty's decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Hurts has got another. His 2nd of the night. And the Eagles are on top.
Well, this is automatic. We saw this in the Super Bowl, as I said. They were 6 for 6. 2 of those went for touchdowns, just like this one here. I mean, you do whatever you can, but whatever it is, it's not going to work.
And those big bodies colliding underneath.
They take a lot of red shirts for a ride.
Well, what a good job by Braden Mann to secure that snap and get the ball on its end. And this is a 4-point game. Philadelphia with their first lead of the night. It comes with under 6.5 to go. And
Kansas City.
And the Rams get pressure. This is their strength, the pass rush. Here they come after Hurts. It's picked up. It's floated to the outside, and Brown used his strength to rip it away. A.J. Brown fighting to the 34. 25 yards. What a monster.
And it wasn't bad coverage by Darius Williams, the veteran corner. The ball floats a little bit, but I mean, how many times have we said this? You've got one of the biggest, most physical receivers in the league. Give him a chance. And tell you what, this second half, he's come to life.
Boy, he swatted Darius Williams off him like he was a fly, landing on his arm. Hurts pulls it, has room, has a blocker, has a first down. Rams go from 3rd and 10 inside, or the Eagles go from 3rd and 10 inside their own 10 to out near midfield in 2 plays.
Yeah, now these are the explosives that we're accustomed to seeing. We made such a big deal out of it. It was such a missing piece of this offense first 2 weeks and in the first half, but they've come to life here in the second.
Second and 8. Hurts to throw. To the sideline. Smith. Kinchins the tackle. 3rd and short.
I'll tell you what, since they made the move to bring in Fred Johnson at right tackle, doesn't it feel like they've just settled down? Matt Pryor, who initially replaced the injured, everything Lane Johnson. Pryor came in, had some issues, made the switch to Fred Johnson. He has done a great job settling this pass protection in, because with Lane Johnson, this is one of the best offensive lines in the entire league, and they obviously were missing him at the start.
3rd down and 3. Hurts looks to throw. Delivers, and going up to get it is Smith. Devontae Smith with 11 yards and a Philly first down.
Just a nice clean pocket. It's only a 4-man rush. Something the Rams are able to do as good as anybody in the league. They can get high pressure without blitzing, and this 4-man rush just can't get to Hurts enough, and it just puts too much stress on that soft zone coverage and gives him time to find Devontae Smith.
3rd and long. Pressure coming from the secondary. Hurts goes outside, and it's a perfect strike. A.J. Brown stays in bounds to the 15. Second time on this drive, they've found Brown on 3rd down, this time for 23 yards.
Yeah, so they bring all the bigs here, but they drop and they bring the small guys out of the secondary. But again, just a great job by this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. And why would you not just continue to target one-on-one? When the pressure doesn't get home, it is going to put a lot of stress on the secondary, and did not score a touchdown in the red zone the entire season. They're 7 for 7, and those field goals in the first half, we said it at the time, they're looming very large now here in a 1-score game.
Another quarterback draw. A little more room this time. 3rd and 3. Yeah, the Rams in the red zone 2 for 5. Yep. Lamenting those missed chances as this clock winds down inside 4 minutes.
So he sees this open, empty space, just a design quarterback draw. Just doesn't quite have enough room in there. We've seen them use that play over time.
Early on in the 3rd quarter that they'd be sitting right here with a chance to take the lead with 2 minutes left. I think most people would have said no chance. We look terrible. But they've come to life and have a chance to take the lead from McVay's squad. We welcome those of you that just watch a bit of a shocker. Carolina rolls Atlanta, and here in Philadelphia, 26-21, the Rams have led throughout. They led 26-7 early on in the 3rd quarter, but the Eagles' offense has come to life, and out of the 2-minute warning, have it 2nd and goal at about the 9. Rams just 1 timeout left, 2 for the Eagles. The Eagles have been the best red zone offense in the NFL this year. Brown to the near side. Hurts looks the other way. Now comes back as Barkley out of the backfield, tiptoeing the sideline inside the 5. 3rd and goal.
Well, now you see how much confidence they have in this running game. Coming into today, they were almost exclusively a run-heavy red zone offense. Very few red zone passes in the first 2 games.
Got to be looking for him again here, don't you? But the Rams know that.
They know it, but I still think until the Rams prove they've got a matchup guy that can win a contested catch in the end zone, top of the screen, one-on-one.
With Kobe Durant, he's got a huge size advantage on him. Here we go, 4th and goal. Room in the middle there as Hurts uses legs. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. It's Smith. He's got it. Touchdown Philly. All the way back to take the lead.
He just looks across the field and just says, all right, what matchup do I like the best? And it's been so much of A.J. Brown this entire second half, but here, press coverage in the slot against Emmanuel Forbes, and the suddenness, the change of direction by Devontae Smith, and then understanding exactly where he needs to be on his route depth. You talk about coming to life, Joe, in the second half.
They finally asked Jalen Hurts to be the guy. It wasn't that he couldn't. They hadn't asked him to be. And as they put it on his shoulders in this second half, he goes from not doing anything in the first half, because they didn't really ask him to go ahead, toss it downfield. Well, yeah, he does. And he's 21 of 32, 226, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so back and look at the touchdown. He sees all his matchups across the board. A.J. Brown's here off the left side of the screen. But look at Devontae Smith, one-on-one, Emmanuel Forbes in the slot. Edge rusher, and he just knows this is one-on-one, outside release, the widest receiver, and with that inside leverage, it's going to be very hard for Forbes to be able to separate as quickly as Devontae Smith can.
Third down and 6 now. Hurts gonna go and get it. But a flag is down in the offensive backfield. And it's coming back.
Holding. Offense number 51. That's a 10-yard penalty. Third down.
It's Cam Jurgens. They called it on Cam Jurgens, Joe. It looked, I saw one that looked like they might have been able to call it on Jordan Mailata, but doesn't much matter that it's coming back regardless. Even if they got the wrong guy. Yeah, I don't think it was Cam. Well, there is a hold right here. Here's Cam Jurgens, but Mailata also had a guy up around the neck.
And it brings up third down and 16. And just over 5 to play. Hurts lets it fly, able to complete. Devontae Smith into Charger territory. Big play, strong catch, 28 yards on 3rd and 16.
This was so clutch. Here's Devontae Smith, and you're going to see the route, but the coverage on him was really pretty good. I mean, that ball was thrown on time. It was laid out in front perfectly where it had to be. Devontae Smith runs through the catch, is able to run after he catches the football. Just, man, that was great execution.
And that's as big as it gets on that completion on 3rd down to Devontae Smith.
And they're backed up 3rd and long, and they're able to, you know, they get the run with Hurts, pick up the first down, it comes back with a hold, and it looked pretty bleak. And Jalen Hurts just delivers an absolute dime. They haven't worked the middle of the field much, really, for a number of years, but picked a good time too there.
2nd and 10 now. Hurts, Goddard, got both feet down. A gain of 6. Pressure on that play by Owe, who had an early sack in this ball game.
Yeah, Hurts gets hit just I thought it was going to affect the throw. Owe comes up the field, and Hurts just gets it out before he gets clobbered. It's a good catch, concentration by Goddard also.
Would be a 60-yard field goal try from here.
Jalen Hurts just got to be smart with the football. Make sure you got everyone on the same page. When you start, throwing the football, you got to make sure guys are in sync with one another and not leave one hanging.
Barkley wide to the left. Goddard inside the 20. Hart forced him out. And a nice throw on the move by Hurts. Gain of 16.
Well, it's a great veteran job by Goddard. He's working against Cam Hart, and you're going to see as he comes up the field, he uses his body when he's going to pivot out of this. He kind of bangs on him like you would in basketball to create some separation. And just excellent job. He gets away with it, doesn't use his hands. It was perfectly executed.
And you're going to get a lot of great performances and help the rest of the way. Again, the Eagles come in with just that 9-1 record. They're the first team to lose in the Super Bowl and come back and start 9-1 or better since the Buffalo Bills of '91.
Wow. I mean, that's a testament to the coaches.
See, I'm not buying that target line. That says he's got to get to the 32. That would be a 50-yard field goal. Didn't he just make a 59-yarder?
I agree. That's not accurate. That's where they're like, oh,
I would like to move that target line.
We just saw it. About 14 yards there. It's got to be where it's possible to make. Yeah. But they call it a target line. That's like a target. But I'd also want my target to be the 3-yard line.
He's going to keep it.
Great play call.
And he's going to run for about 9.
It's a great drive starter. It's the same as handing it off, but this one is a designed quarterback run, and he's not an empty, so he has a blocker now with his running back.
Josh knows, can his team, if they could come up with a 4-down stop, or if they could come up with a takeaway, they win the game.
They've looked so good this year. I mean, the point differential this whole season, Philly's only plus like 50-some points. They're up like 140. It's like, technically, you could argue they're the better team in a lot of areas.
2nd and 2, they're going to dump it off to Swift. He's got the first, and he falls at the 37. Well, this is the thing, because the Bills is what you're talking about. They've won 4 games by 26 plus, but they're 2-5 in 1-score games. And this is going to be a 1-score game no matter what the end result is.
And some of it that you watch is self-imposed. You know, they do it to themselves in some ways. For them to win this game, with all the penalty differences, it's been... And those of you waiting 60 minutes will be coming up.
There you go. I like the way we went from Romo to promo in just one sentence. Perfect. 2nd and 10.
I haven't heard it.
Just can't be me.
Got to watch the quarterback's legs again here, but the normal thing is to motion across. I think it's got to be a play action time for them.
There's your play action. There's your pass down the middle, and it's caught for a big gain by Devontae Smith.
What a throw. He threw it so early, and he puts a little touch on it. But if he makes him go up the field at all, he's going to get blown up. And you see Smith's speed. What a great call by offensive coordinator Brian Johnson. Now it puts McDermott in a little hole. You still know a field goal is not beating you, right? See, do you get aggressive right here to keep him out of field goal range? Or no. They changed the target line for you, by the way.
Play action again. Touchdown would win the game as Hurts rolls out. And he is already to the 40-yard line.
Both quarterbacks using their legs to extend. It's always what the safe approach and the right way to do is to can't take a sack and put you behind the chains. Makes it so much harder.
Well, now we know they're already within field goal range for Elliott. He's made it from a yard shorter than this point. 2nd and 4.
Quarterback's legs, take the hand up. You got to get in man-to-man here. You got to get up on him. You can't do any little throw on the outside where they can just catch something for a little screen or something. This is where you fake this, and then he comes out and uses his legs.
Here's the pass. Smith with the first down. He was wide open.
That was way too soft for Buffalo. I know you're protecting the end zone. That's such a hard thing to explain to people. Because the corner or Dotson could have either come off there, but if you do, you risk giving up the big shots. And it was like, but you could have made him into that field goal. Was it worth it?
Inside 3 minutes.
And the clock matters here. Unlike a Super Bowl, at 0, it's a tie game if it's 34-34.
1st and 10. Here's Swift. He's got room. Swift slips through a tackle, and he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
This is outstanding, cutting all the way back. The over pursuit by Buffalo allows that, and with a slippery field, once he turns back, the leverage can't make it up. Poyer tried. And Swift's done that now back-to-back weeks with some huge plays in the second half against great teams.
Nick Sirianni, again, says we never panic. We have guys that know how to win, and they can win it with a touchdown.
This would be a backbreaker for Buffalo fans, and this would be the pedigree of championship teams.
There goes Hurts. Hurts to the end zone, and the Eagles have won it in overtime.
That's the championship DNA we were talking about all game. You could be behind on yards, on plays, and they still win. Kelsey in the middle, watch your center. Boom! Pancakes to win the game. They have that it factor, don't they?
As resilient as they come. 4th straight game, they trailed at halftime, and they come back to win. An amazing game.
Jimmy, that's the 4th straight game they've been outgained. The other 3 by averaging over 100 yards. Today was even more than that, 130. You don't win football games when you get outgained. Maybe one game, not 4 in a row.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Serenading these fans who are absolutely stirred to a frenzy as the rain falls and the Buffalo Bills suffer a devastating blow here in overtime. 10-1. 10-1 for the Eagles. Once again, they find a way to win.